Welcome everybody to this week's Abolish Weekly Roundup with me, Claire Mills.
And me, Richard Taylor. Well, it's a double act today, Claire. They got the both of us. 2 for the price of 1. And of course, you're the better looking one. Oh, yes. Very, very lucky. They can't afford it normally, can they? Well,
No.
Listen, lots has been happening this week, as we know from our Facebook pages. The big thing for us, well, for me certainly was, should our children be forced to learn Welsh? This curriculum bill was being pushed through. I know Gareth Bennett and Mark Reckless made an amendment to it, not making the Welsh language compulsory, which is what they want to do. And of course, that would have a massive impact, Claire, on many of those children's parents who don't speak Welsh, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Could you imagine trying to teach a 10-year-old in Welsh, help them with their Welsh homework? It's bad enough with a 12-year-old in English.
Yeah, and the comments on Facebook are quite lively as well. A lot of people really angry that this would be the case. So, it's another one of those things down the Assembly. They just do what they want and force it upon the Welsh people. Same as they did with calling it to Parliament, didn't they? And of course, this week as well, Drakeford has said the United Kingdom is over. Quoted on all mainstream media platforms here on ITV Wales, BBC Wales. I mean, the guy is absolutely focused, in my opinion, Claire, on breaking up the union. And he's clearly He's a soft independence man, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He just wants home rule all the way.
That's what he's going for. That's what Welsh Labour want. That's why you've got to vote for Abolish, because we'll sleepwalk or sprint towards independence otherwise. And the best news this week, Claire, I don't know if you saw it on this roundup, is the record poll for us. Read that out, Claire. What does it say? Read it out. I like it.
Record poll, Abolish to win 5 seats in Assembly. We've actually polled at 9% on this YouGov poll this week. So we're over the moon from our increase from 7% to 9%. So obviously, keep supporting us and keep getting the word out there, and let's get us even higher.
Yeah, listen, the message is getting out there. More and more people are becoming members. We've got candidates standing as well in constituencies across Wales. This is the best time to join the party, actually, because we will be winning seats in May. And of course, we got the school uniform. Claire, tell us about this one, Claire.
Oh, this really, really got to me as a mum. There was a 5-year-old little girl from Swansea that was going back to school, and she'd grown so much her mum needed new school uniform for her. Anyway, she went into Asda's and was refused the school uniform. Can you believe it? Who can honestly say that school uniform and clothes are not essential items? Absolutely ludicrous. And to make it even worse, really, the following day, the mum went into Tesco's and was able to buy it there. So why is the one in one shop and one in another? And over the border, of course, in England, they can buy clothes. There's not, the non-essential items are not, they haven't got that over there. They can buy what they want in the shops.
Yeah, we've seen it this week, and since this non-essential ban, which is supposed to change on the 15th of March, you walk into a superstore and some things are taped up and some things aren't. So who decides what is essential? The only thing non-essential in Wales is the Welsh Assembly. That's why we want to get rid of it. Isn't that right, Claire?
Definitely, couldn't agree more.
And finally, on this week's roundup, because you got the 2 of us, we've gone on a bit longer this week, but never mind. You're getting the idea, aren't you? We've got this one here. Thank you, Westminster.
Well, what can I say about this? Westminster has given Wales another 740 million this year on top of their usual allocation. And really, what is Mr. Drakeford going to do with that money, I wonder? It'll be interesting to wait and see. But of course, don't forget as well that this week the Welsh Government has written off the Cardiff Airport debt of over 42 million and again agreed another grant for an extra 42 million. How does that work?
and the airport itself has been running at a loss to the sum. I think it was 18 million, I think the last year's loss was. So this is an airport that's not working. The Welsh Government is in charge of it, and it's an absolute fiasco because actually that 42 million isn't the government's money, it's our money, and it's being wasted.
Yeah. People need to know as well, in 2013, when the airport was actually bought, it was only bought for 52 million.
Yeah.
In 2013.
And they're running at a loss. It's just crazy. And the money that Drakeford's had in the Welsh Government, they've had close on £6 billion on top of what the extra from the Barnett formula and this extra £740 million. And you'd think the Welsh Government would say thank you, wouldn't you?
No, would they? No, not like that. Why would the Welsh Government admit what Westminster had done and how much they'd helped them? We'd never have managed through this pandemic without the support from Westminster.
And that is why we need to get rid of the Assembly. Think of the millions or billions of pounds we would be saving, and it would go straight to the local authorities, making a real difference where you live. I can tell you, that is why we need to get rid of the Assembly. Claire, it's been wonderful having you on a double act. It's the first one, actually, folks, so bear with us, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks very much, Rich. It's been an experience as always.
I was going to say it's been a pleasure, pressure. I don't know what it's been anyway. Catch you next week on Roundup of Abolish. Bye.